What do lemonade stands, roller rinks, drive-in theaters, and even ding-dong ditching have in common? Well, they're all childhood activities that are rapidly disappearing because kids nowadays and young adults are doing things like gaming and interacting with technology. But I thought it'd be fun to shine some light on these forgotten activities, so I'll be doing all of these things and so much more to see if they truly deserve to be gone. But with that being said, we obviously have a lot to get to, so grab your popcorn and let's do this. The very first disappearing childhood activity we're going to be attempting is putting up a lemonade stand and trying to sell lemonade. Now, the reason why lemonade stands are disappearing is for two reasons. One, because apparently you need permits to have commercial goods being sold, and that includes lemonade and any sort of food and drink. And secondly, because kids nowadays don't go outside as much. Apparently they're inside playing games, doing all those sorts of things. I think it's a beautiful thing. I've used to do a bunch of slushy machines, lemonade stands, all of that. So right now we are outside of New York City in Hoboken. We set up a beautiful lemonade stand and we're gonna see if we can actually bring back this dying activity. So let me give you the logic behind each decision into this lemonade stand. So I wrote fresh lemonade because I think that appeals to like, oh, like I want something fresh. I'm on a walk or a run. I also have this freshly squeezed lemonade, complete with water, sugar, and fresh lemons, red Solo cups here, and then we have backup inventory in case we need to use it. Now the only thing to do is wait. This is a pretty busy area, so I'm expecting good sales, but you never know. Business is business. All right, let's get into it. Good morning.
Hello.
Fresh lemonade?
No, thank you.
No problem. Good morning. Fresh lemonade? So somebody just passed and they gave us an interesting data point. They said that they don't have change on them, which is fair because nobody really carries coins anymore. So I might have shot ourselves in the foot by pricing it at 25 cents instead of $1. And furthermore, I should have had like a Venmo code or something on it. Worst comes to worst, I just give it away for free though. I just want somebody to take the supply. Good morning. Fresh lemonade?
No, thanks.
It's good rejection therapy. All right, we have not been having much success. I think the story is people just like don't have money on them. So what I'm going to do is we are gonna have a little flash sale right now in which every single item is free for the next 30 minutes. Hopefully this helps us. So I wanna simulate what it's like walking up to the lemonade stand because maybe it's a bit intimidating right now. So let's see like what this approach looks like. I read this, fresh lemonade free. I see the lemons, I see it there. There's decent supply. Why are people not buying this? Nobody's even walking by. I think I'm gonna take a more aggressive approach rather just sitting back waiting for people to come to me. I'm gonna stand with it ready to go already and basically hand out like free samples, just say, hey, free lemonade, and maybe that'll do it. So this is our first official pour of lemonade. Gonna go to somebody lucky. Wow, just beelining away. Everyone is just beelining away. You should see, people typically walk through here. It's like there's some fortress that doesn't allow people to enter here. There's something about this that is so intimidating, and we're even trying to hide the cameras and stuff. We're officially not a profit-making business anymore. We are a B Corp that is just basically providing for charity lemonade to the people of Hoboken because I will be giving people $20 now to drink the lemonade. So you earn money by taking all the inventory. Like, it's yours. I wanna make one sale, even if it's negative money. Hey, can I give you $20 to try our lemonade?
Sure.
Oh, awesome. You're our first customer.
Really? Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Peter.
Peter? Well, first off, thank you for stopping by, Peter. And then you could either pour yourself a fresh glass or we just have the sample off to the side. Nobody's touched yet, but...
We'll take it. We'll try it.
Yeah, let us know how it is. We just wanted to hand out some free lemonade. It's our first time making it, so we tried to get the ratios right. What do you think?
I like.
Oh, you like it?
I like it. Usually I don't like lemonade. It's usually a little too strong for me, but I like how this is a mild lemonade.
Ah, thank you, Peter.
Not too sweet.
That means a lot.
Well, nice meeting
cool.
you guys.
Thanks, Peter. Appreciate
Take care.
it. Our first official sale, we just made negative $20. Shout out to Peter for stopping by the stand. Oh, and he said it was good. All right, wait. We might have a little bit of momentum now, so I'm not leaving yet. We are gonna make so much money. Good morning. Can I offer you $20 to try our lemonade? Okay. All right, here you go. Thank you. We're making a formula. We wanted to see if it was good or not. Here you go. And you can be brutally honest, 1 to 10.
The lemon's a little weak.
Weak lemon? Okay,
Yeah.
so more lemon, you'd say?
Yeah.
Okay, it's our first time making it, so we wanted to kind of use the public opinion to make it good. So more lemon, interesting. All right, anything else?
Because I think when you do more lemon, you might have to add like a little bit of sugar.
So more lemon, more sugar. So just better lemonade overall.
Yeah.
We will implement that going forward. All right, great meeting you.
You too.
Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bam, another sale right there. And we're getting some good like focus group feedback. Who said lemonade stands are dying? So I'm going to take our second customer's feedback to heart a little bit and add more sugar. And I'll also just drop in 2 more lemons. And now let's wait for one more customer. Morning, can I interest you in some free lemonade and free $20 for trying it? Quite the deal, right? We just want people to try our lemonade and we're offering $20 to anybody who tries it. Okay, you guys, I trust you'll try it, so you could hold this.
Right
See you?
We'll split it.
There you go.
Ooh, I like it.
You do like it? Okay. What's your thoughts on the sugar to lemon ratio and stuff?
Maybe a little bit more sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, it tastes more like really strong lemon water. I was gonna say
More sugar. Interesting. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys trying.
I like the concept.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for stopping by. So with that, Sam's Lemonade stand is officially closing after making this much in profit. We had a lot of great patrons come by. I think a total of 4 customers, and again, made a lot of money with it. I think we ultimately made a pretty good lemonade. We had people try it, like Michael tried it, and I obviously tried it, and 4 or 5 other people, and most people said it was pretty good. Our lemonade stand's disappearing, absolutely. Definitely felt that today, being out here for 2 hours and just having 4 people come by. I see why kids aren't doing it too, because it is a little bit intimidating, and I wouldn't trust people on the street either. But with that said, it was a ton of fun, but I don't think lemonade stands are gonna be here much longer. But let's move on to the next disappearing childhood activity because we were just getting started and there's a lot of nostalgia to tap into. The next disappearing childhood activity we're gonna be doing is going to a drive-in theater. If you haven't heard of a drive-in theater, it's basically a normal movie theater, but you witness the entire movie in your car. So within the comforts of your car, you tune the radio station, it syncs up with the audio, and then you just watch the movie. I don't know if they have concessions or anything like that, but basically these drive-in theaters were very popular in the 1950s and 1960s. At their peak, there was 4,000 in the United States. However, fast forward to the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it trickled down to just 300 locations that it is today because of the rise of normal movie theaters, VHS, DVD, and all those sorts of things. Also, the plot of land has just gotten way more expensive going into the 70s and 80s. Nonetheless, these things are dying. Let's see if they deserve to be dying or if they should be revived. Let's go inside. All right, we are arriving now to our theater. This is Theater 2 right here. So I think what you do is you basically just sit in the car, turn on the radio, and then we're gonna be tuning this to 89.9 FM. And based on that radio tuning, that's gonna synchronize with the audio playing from the movie. Very difficult technology because, to be honest with you guys, I haven't turned on a radio in probably 5 years at this point. So I'm not even sure I know how to tune this on my car. But we're gonna wait for the movie to start. It should be starting in a couple of minutes. And let's see what this experience looks like. Right now, there's a lot of people kind of like parking the car, running around in pajamas. They're having fun. We're having fun. We're seeing a movie called A Good Fortune, but it's actually a double feature with another movie called A Long Walk. Not gonna stay for both of them because I kind of want to just get the experience of what it's like. So probably we'll just watch it. I want to see if we can get concessions. And I'm gonna walk around as well because what else is around here? I don't know. It's my first time going. If it looks dark, the reason being is because you have to turn off your headlights when you go here. There's not much light activity because that's mainly gonna come from the screen when things start in about 10 minutes. But it looks like we did find a concession stand here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some popcorn. We'll re-enter the car and then we'll watch the movie. So you can get soda, popcorn, candy, hot dogs, all your classic snack bar essentials. I think I'm just gonna run with popcorn and soda. Feels like the normal thing to get in a movie. Maybe a candy as well. All right, so we just got our popcorn, Raisinets, and a water. So we're gonna go back to the car now because that's our seat basically and get ready for this movie. All right, moment of truth. Is a drive-in theater's popcorn better than a movie theater's popcorn? Because again, like I had mentioned, one of the reasons why drive-in theaters failed is because of the competition and also the luxury of a movie theater that's in a mall, for instance, with the air conditioning, the good popcorn, the concessions. But there was a concession stand. We did get our popcorn. I don't like butter on it, so I'm purely going off of the kernel. So let's pop a couple in and see how this stacks up against movie theaters. I feel like popcorn's hard to mess up, but if they mess it up, that's gonna be a big sign against them. It's not bad. This is about as good as you'd expect from movie theater popcorn, I'd say. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the taste profile of this popcorn. And I like that it just says popcorn. No gimmicks, no QR codes, no free refills, just $5 popcorn. All in, I paid $15 for a candy, a water, and a popcorn, which now I think about it, I probably got definitely ripped off. Let's see if they have like stale Raisinets or fresh ones, because I usually see some stale ones operating in movie theaters. Okay, April 11th, 2026. Now let me put you onto some game real quick. So if you don't eat your popcorn like this, you should change right now to this because every bite will be amazing if you do it. Step one, you have to open it first. Okay, take the Raisinets, scatter them atop your popcorn like this. Then you could mix it up a little bit like a Chipotle bowl. And now, at least for a couple of bites, when you grab a handful of popcorn, you're gonna naturally grab some Raisinets and then you just eat it both together. And that changes popcorn forever. No taste test needed on the water, but it's Poland Spring, so already it's like D-tier water. The only negative thing about drive-in theaters is that if there's multiple screens, like in this case, there's 3 screens on this plot of land, the concessions are near one screen, but then the bathrooms are all the way towards another. So mid-movie, you might have to walk through like Inside Out on one screen, a horror film here, and then some action movie in order to use the bathroom and go pee. So after about 5 minutes of walking, we finally reached the bathrooms here. You guys can't see, but I'm about to go. And then we're gonna move back to our screen and hopefully the movie will be starting. All right, guys, it looks like the movie's starting now. So on the second screen here is Toy Story. Over there looks like a horror movie. And I believe our movie has officially started. All right, we gotta hurry back. All right, time for the radio. Radio. I have no idea how to change the radio. I've never done this before. All right, 88.9. Here we go. Is this what's on the screen? Okay, wait, maybe it was 89.9.
You're gonna major in archaeology, and then you're gonna get out.
there's gonna be...
It's working. What? That's Aziz Ansari's voice. I don't know if we can actually show you the movie because of copyright restrictions, but we'll do a quick little show so you could see the syncing.
What happens then? Well...
All right, so it's definitely a little bit delayed, so you kind of have to like mentally budget about half a second, but nonetheless, it is working. You know, this is kind of fun. I wish it was synced. Like, they should have budgeted in some sort of delay, because it's very eerie watching like the voice come out so much later than the guy moving his mouth, especially for a horror movie. I can see that being like extra creepy. One thing you could do that you can't do in a movie theater seat is lay flat, so I can literally go all the way horizontal. I mean, it's gonna take a while because these are automatic, but...
A few moments later.
Okay, this is actually kind of nice. I have ample leg room. I mean, look, my legs are pretty fine here. And you guys know I'm a pretty tall guy. So to like really sit comfortably like this, I mean, this is amazing. Popcorn ready to go. And now I'm just in full movie swing. I don't know why these disappeared, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna be renting out a drive-in theater and I'm going to be showing a Sambucha video, a premiere of it. So make sure to subscribe right now because I'm going to take 50 people and bring them to a drive-in theater for one of my movies that premieres in the coming months. So make sure to subscribe.
Right now...
Popcorn everywhere. Oh guys, I'm about a third done with this popcorn. We're probably like 15 minutes into the movie or so. I'm gonna head out now, but I think overall my experience is as follows. I like the concept of a drive-in theater. It's definitely a bit janky compared to like at-home viewing or a movie theater. I could see ultimately why they were dying, but I do think it's one of those things that I could certainly see a comeback for. So if you grew up with drive-in theaters or if you're one of those hipster type people that still go to them, I support you. I think these things should absolutely make a comeback. Let's take 300 theaters and turn them into 600 and turn them into 1,200. Also make sure to subscribe because I will be doing a drive-in theater premiere. With that said, let's move on to the next segment. The next disappearing childhood activity we're going to be doing is rollerblading at a roller rink. So right now it's Friday night. We're at the Florham Park Roller Rink in Florham Park, New Jersey, and this place looks poppin'. Roller rinks are disappearing pretty rapidly. Since the 90s, about 80% of them have gone out of business. Now just a few remain. This is one of the only ones left in New Jersey, so I'm excited to try it out. It's been about like 15 years since I've rollerbladed, so hopefully I still got it and don't just bust on the ground. With that being said, let's go inside and skate. I see a disco ball, I see people dancing, I see music, I see everything. Arcades, pizza, all the works. We're gonna try it all because I really think so far, just from a glance, we should have roller rinks. Let's go see. All right, we made it inside. This place is popping. There's like so many people here. Inside of the roller rink, they also have a lot of arcade games. So they have a claw machine here, a pinball machine here, and even some other games too, like racing games as well. So it doesn't seem to just be rollerblading. You could also do a lot of different arcade games. So this place has everything. All right, we just got our roller blades. I was informed there's a difference between roller blades and roller skates. So we have roller blades, which are a lot easier than roller skates apparently. So I'm gonna put these on and I'm gonna get going. It looks like a fun disco out there. People are having a lot of fun, but it is very packed and I'm excited to get out there. I gotta find a good entry point here. That's the important thing. When you're merging into a skate line, you gotta be sure that you're finding the right port of entry. Just had a wipeout right there. All right, here we go. I feel like everyone's so good. No one's even falling. So it says no stopping, so you're not allowed to actually stop here. So that's why the flow keeps going. Let's get some speed here. Oh. Almost crashed. Oh, I was trying to get some speed, but I ran into a wall of girls here. I know I'm gonna be falling soon. There's a lot of activity happening here. Oh, that's gonna be me next. This is fun. It's like a dance floor, but you could move. All right, just finished skating. That was a ton of fun. Kind of gassed though, went around like 15, 20 times maybe. But now we're gonna check out the food because maybe the food is what's deterring people from going to these rinks, but it can't be the roller skating itself because that was a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7. 6, 7. All right, we're at the snack bar now. I'm gonna get myself a slice of pizza, which feels like the right thing to get. They only take cash, so that could be a barrier as to why it's disappearing because people have card now. But realistically, just had to get some cash out. I actually had to break this. They don't take hundreds either, so we're officially here. I'm gonna try the pizza and let's see what we got. Pizza secured. All right, so just finished racing around the tracks. Now we got our pizza here, so I'm not expecting a lot, so my expectations are pretty low, so I'm probably gonna think it's good because I'm already thinking it's gonna be trash. Exactly like I said, better than expected. As far as like roller rink pizza goes, this is like an 8. Florham Park Rink. This place is pretty fire. Lots of activity, good music, disco ball going, food is pretty solid, and like 10 bucks basically to get in. Big fan of this spot. Like I said, I don't know why this is disappearing. I say you gotta bring back roller rinks immediately. So roller skating was a lot of fun, and I mean, $10 is actually pretty cheap for a full night of rollerblading with skate rentals, and there's a lot of cool ways to make money now. Like look at this. This is free cash where you can earn real money by completing simple tasks like playing playing mobile games, testing apps, and even just answering surveys. It's actually crazy because all you need to do in order to start earning money is just sign up using an email, and then as you can see, you just go through and select different campaigns to participate in, and you can win a variety of rewards depending on your engagement level. Like look, you can for instance play Raid Shadow Legends for legit just like 2 minutes to unlock rewards and earn up to $476.70. Or you could even complete random surveys like this Chick-fil-A one that takes less than a minute and you can make a couple bucks. It's also legit unlike some other sites out there, as Trustpilot gives it 4.8 stars and thousands of positive ratings. What's also great is the cash out process is super easy and fast. So for instance, you could swap out all your earned coins with real cash through PayPal, crypto, or even gift cards to places like Amazon, which is pretty cool. So in the case of Mech Arena Desktop, for instance, I could play and earn $274.60. Here's some of the details of the campaign. So I'm just gonna sign up, and I mean, I'm not like the greatest gamer on earth, but for instance, I'm literally playing Mech Arena right now and I am earning money actively. It feels like a cheat code. So go ahead and click the link in the description or scan the QR code right here to get started. Thank you again to Free Cash for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. The next disappearing childhood activity we're gonna be doing is skateboarding. Now skateboard participation rates are down 75% from a high in 2004. Fast forward to 2025, and I think it's less than in the United States, 8 million people who claim to skateboard, which is incredibly low. The reason being is because there's a lot more safer sports that people are doing now, and also just people aren't going outside as much. We're at a skate park though here, and it is a little bit intimidating. I can see why skateboarding's falling off a bit, because the barrier to entry, let's just say, is very high. I mean, some of these ramps look extremely intimidating. Luckily for me though, I have my pads on, Barbie themed, elbow and knee pads to be safe. And then my favorite part, my Hello Kitty themed skateboard. Even the wheels, I mean, look at the detail on this. Not sure what that 53 number means. Hopefully it's not casualties. Now, I haven't really skated before in the past. I know how to get on a board. Maybe I could pop an ollie, probably not. So here goes nothing. This is my first attempt in probably like 15 years skating. If you skate, let me know how my form is and stuff. All right, let me just get a feel of the board. All right, so I know how to turn and stuff. All right, step one, good. I know how to get on the board, I know how to turn. Now, there's a couple of moves that you could do when skating. So there's like an ollie, which is when you just like get some air. I don't know how to like properly do one, but I'm pretty sure what you're supposed to do is keep your foot on the back, and then when you go down, you wanna like slide this up and then lift your back foot, and it's supposed to create some sort of air. I don't know how that physics work. Well, let's try that. It's gonna be a long day. Any? A little bit?
I think so. I think we might have.
I gotta land it though. I gotta like stay on the board. Even if it's a little bit, I'll be happy with it. Maybe I have to do a moving one. All right, maybe we start with a manual, which I'm pretty sure is just like balancing like that. Right there. Like that's a 2-second manual. All right, let's move to the ramp. Even this kiddie ramp is pretty intimidating. You're telling me kids go on this? All right, let me first feel it out. So I'm gonna go down like this. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, there's no shot I can do this. All right, I'm going to do an assisted one first.
You look like Michael Jackson.
I think that's legit as best as I can do. The board is scratched up so much just from some attempts. Some more sophisticated bikers / skateboarders have arrived, so instead of me doing it, I wanted to show you how crazy some people are. Insane. It's a very short-lived skateboard career for me. I'm gonna retire the Hello Kitty board. It was fun though, but I definitely see why no one's doing this. Not only scary, but very difficult. Let's move on to another disappearing childhood activity that isn't as difficult. Did you know arcades used to be the #2 hangout spot for kids and young adults across America, only to malls being the #1? And that's because arcades used to be a blast. They'd have a ton of fun new games that for like pennies you could play. So we're here right now at the Hometown Arcade in New Jersey. We paid $20 and we basically get unlimited games. So they have basically everything here. So we're gonna explore it a bit and see if these arcades deserve to be disappearing. And just to give some stats behind how bad arcades are currently failing, about 90% of arcades that were open in the 90s have gone bankrupt / do not exist now in 2025. I think it's a shame. This place seems great. So let's have some fun and see if it's ultimately worth it. So here's a Dungeons and Dragons themed pinball machine. Now these used to be the mainstays at arcades. This is why people would come, because pinball, despite it being such a simple game with the 2 flappers, used to be huge. So let's go ahead and give it a try. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna get the high score here. Godzilla head. Is there any strategy to pinball? Isn't it just random? You just want to hope that it doesn't go in the spot that you can't hit it? Because there's one spot in between here that you can't touch.
Greetings, I'm Lady Lysandra. I believe we can help.
Okay, so I don't know how that stacks up, but I got 23 million points. 25 million, that must be some sort of record. Oh, I found the Pac-Man machines. So we have Super Pac-Man, Pac-Man, and then Miss Pac-Man, even a Frogger machine. So these are all the classics here. This is what people used to come to play. Before they were playing like Red Dead Redemption 2 with 8K quality, they were just playing basics like Pac-Man and Frogger. All right, let's boot this up because I think Pac-Man actually technically has an ending to it. Somebody's beat Pac-Man once, they have like a super high score. I don't know if I'm able to beat that, but let's see how good I can do. I'm gonna do Miss Pac-Man too, because I think she's pretty cute. Yeah, right, she's, oh, I'm playing this, okay. Anyways, play. Such a simple game. This is like the birth of gaming right here. There's only 4 things to do: up, down, left, right. That's the only movements in this game. Oh, they're really coming after me. Pinky got me. And we have Frogger here too. Frogger's one of my favorite games. This is a fun game because it's so basic. All you're looking to do is just cross the road. What? Oh, those are the blinking ones, I see. This ain't like the Frogger we got. Wait, how is that not land? They even have foosball here. Or in this case, like foos hockey? Oh, well, I can't control everybody. I need to be playing against somebody. At this arcade, they even have a Nintendo 64 hooked up to a CRT TV. The game in here right now is EverDrive. I haven't heard of that, but it's cool that they do offer these. I'm more of a GameCube guy, but Nintendo 64 is definitely one of the biggest childhood gaming consoles that have ever existed. This is like a little too modern, I feel, to be in this arcade. Also notably in here, they're playing like Pink Panther, which of course is another honestly disappearing show. I don't know anybody who watches or even knows Pink Panther at this point. All right, this definitely doesn't belong in this arcade. Another dying childhood activity that's also at this arcade is board games. And of course, the reason for that is because people now just play video games. They even got the modern stuff too. So we saw the Nintendo 64, but they have a Switch on deck as well. Really cool arcade. I mean, they got pretty much everything you gotta do here, from board games to video games to some of the classic arcade games. And then, as we saw with the anime waifus, some modern games as well. We even have the first Mario Bros game and Donkey Kong, which is actually the first game Mario is ever in. And I think at this point he's known as Jumpman, but look at what he looks like. And now this isn't Peach, fun fact. This is Pauline, who is like an ex-lover. So he's only recently gone on to Princess Peach as his lover. And then Donkey Kong kind of looks pretty similar. If you've never played this game before, it's like barrels being thrown by Donkey Kong, and then you as Mario have to rescue Pauline. All right, so the barrels are flowing now. Mario's got no speed. Let me just try to rescue my girl. Let's just get through that. Can I hide in between? I think I could. Jump. Okay, I guess he can't jump on top of barrels. I thought that's how you like stomp it, like a Goomba. So that's it from the arcade. We didn't even play all the games. There's so much here, including air hockey, this shooting game right here called House of the Dead that I used to see at a lot of arcades and it was pretty fun. Tons of fun, and for 20 bucks to just basically hang out here, I mean, we gotta bring these back. With that said though, let's move on to the next disappearing childhood activity. The next disappearing childhood activity that's actually quite sad to see go is kickball. So kickball used to be played in gym classes all around the United States, but apparently participation rates for kickball have like drastically decreased, especially in the last 10 years. It's kind of an unknown reason, but kickball, I think we gotta bring it back. If you've never seen a kickball before, it's basically just like a bouncy ball combined with maybe like a volleyball feel. And the goal of the game is the pitcher rolls it to you and then you just kick it and run around the bases. So right now we are here on a baseball field and I'm going to play a little bit of kickball to see if it's fun and if it deserves to be disappearing. Before I kick it out, I'm gonna give it a little practice kick into there. All right, good start. I don't know if it's possible to kick this over the fence. There's currently a little bit of wind blowing in, and because this is so light, it's very like aerodynamic, so it's probably gonna get blown in when I kick it, but nonetheless, I'm gonna try my hardest to kick it as far as I can. All right, let me dig in. All right, you know what, all things considered, not a bad first kick. The wind definitely took that a little bit, but now that I'm looking at it, right field seems pretty short, so I'm gonna try to kick it over there. Now in kickball also, when you wanna get somebody out, you have to throw it. So it's not like you're kicking it around everywhere, it's like a hybrid. You kick it first, but then you're gonna throw it to whoever it is that's gonna ultimately tag the person out. So let me try this again, I'm gonna try to hit a home run on that side. Okay, here we go. You know, that's a triple right there. There's an Amazon truck passing, so I'm actually happy I didn't hit one over in that. Also, this field is very muddy. This is not the ideal kickball field. All right, this is my last attempt, and then kickball is gonna be disappearing in my life too, because I don't have too many people to play it with, honestly. That's the real reason, but here we go. Sorry about that. All right, I mean, but that's it. That's kickball. If you played it in the past, I'm sure you're very familiar with it. I mean, I can see why it's disappearing because baseball fields are effectively just sand now. If it ever rains, if you're in like an area with some rain, it's very difficult to get a good game together. I guess you could play it on asphalt, but imagine sliding on like the street. That'd be terrible. With that said, let's move on to the next disappearing childhood activity. The next disappearing childhood activity that we're gonna do involves these sheets right here because I'll be building one of the largest forts in the world inside of my basement right here. I've actually never built a fort before, but this is something kids used to do all the time. And I feel like kids, when they have sleepovers and stuff, they just don't do this. But all you have to do is get a massive sheet. So here I have king-sized sheets, and I'm going to just use a combination of pillows, blankets, and maybe my Squid Game doll right here to create some sort of structure that I can ultimately sleep in. I don't know how long this is gonna take to build, so I'm sure there's gonna be a time lapse and or just a cut to it, because it's probably gonna take me realistically an hour. But I'm going to build this fort, and then let's see what it looks like. And voila, Michael actually built this entire fort. He apparently like loves fort building. He's a Fortniter. So he created this whole thing with the sheet, and it's using like a lot of things around the room, and I think it looks like a lot of fun. I don't know why kids stopped doing this. So I'll show you inside our fort and what it looks like, but this might be where I sleep tonight because this place looks very comfy. All right, so here we are inside. As you can see, we use some of the functions like the dog bed, another actual dog bed, and then the Squid Game head right here, as well as a tripod, so very creative. This is what being a kid is all about. This is the activity that enhances your brain power because you have to like be resourceful with what's around you. We use the king sheet. I think it gives some nice light, but this one's just like really good to chill in, and welcome to my pad. So as I bring forts back, this was a lot of fun, and it's gonna be sad to deconstruct this. But with that said, let's move on to the very next disappearing childhood activity. This next disappearing childhood activity we're gonna be doing is heeling in a mall. So Heelys are basically shoes with wheels on them, so they're kind of like skateboards, and malls used to be the #1 hangout spot for children and young adults. Now they don't sell Heelys anymore, so you have to get these from online retailers, so I got this for like $150 off Amazon, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna see what people used to enjoy with Heelys, and I'm gonna see ultimately why they don't sell them anymore and why they're disappearing. All right, here's the first attempt. All right, let me try this again. Imagine that, but smooth. So weirdly, I'm able to do it when holding a wall, but this is like just as hard as skateboarding. I actually think this is harder than skateboarding, so I'd prefer to do this overall. But I can see why this is disappearing because this thing is 1, way too difficult to do, and 2, very dangerous. The next childhood activity that is disappearing rapidly is playing with chalk, more specifically hopscotch. Now a lot of kids used to draw all over their driveways. If you're watching this and you used to play with chalk, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're younger and watching this, you probably don't know what this is, but this is a Crayola chalk. This thing was $3.49 for this entire pack. Look at all these beautiful colors I have. And chalk lasts a lifetime. Like, this is a really good investment as a children's toy. But what you're supposed to do, I mean, it's sidewalk chalk for art. So this person drew a beautiful rainbow. I'm gonna play some hopscotch with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw the board and then hopefully hop around and have some fun. As I was drawing it, I realized I don't know how to play hopscotch properly, so I just drew what I think a hopscotch board looks like. And I think it's just like random assortments of 1 and 2, like binary scale, and you're just supposed to hop properly. So I'm going to do my board now completely random. I hope I nail it first try. I feel like I'm missing something. Wow, that was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed myself playing with chalk. But that's not all you can do with chalk, because like I said, you can also draw some beautiful art. And I'm going to draw for you a picture right now that's gonna take me a really long time, and I hope you appreciate it. All right, time for the big reveal. I actually ran out of chalk, so I hope you know what I wrote. But voila, subscribe. And it's actually took me quite the long time, so might as well do it while you're here. Yeah, but I guess chalk is pretty fun. Played some hopscotch, was able to do a little bit of art. I don't know why it's disappearing. It's so cheap and easy, you can do it anywhere. I think we gotta bring chalk back. The fact that nobody's using chalk anymore, that's actually really sad. We're currently at a playground because this next disappearing childhood activity is just simply going outside and playing on one of these playgrounds. There was a survey conducted and 85% of parents said their kids play on playgrounds significantly less than they did. So just from one turn of generations, kids now all of a sudden aren't using these beautiful things. Now this is a pretty basic one. I mean, this is what you'll find at most playgrounds, which is just swings, a slide, and then like some sort of little jungle gym thing in the middle. But I don't know why these are disappearing. I mean, they're usually in like pretty public places. So if you're a parent, you can just still monitor monitor your kids with their safety concerns. I feel like they're not really that big. Let's go ahead and look at this thing. I mean, maybe there's something I'm not noticing. Maybe they're not as fun as they once were. Now, this particular one says it's for children's aged 2 to 5. We're gonna disregard that. It's pretty basic. I mean, this one doesn't really have monkey bars or anything, but it's got everything you need. It's got this little cute land bridge, the fun slide right here that I'm like 90% sure I can't go down. I don't think the width of my body can actually fit there. That's humbling. And then we have the swings right here. I think swings are actually pretty dangerous. You should probably have a helmet on when you're going on a swing, just because some people get a lot of air on these things. I even saw a video once of a guy doing a 360. He somehow like went over. I don't know how that's possible. The chains definitely aren't meant to do that, but a swing is fun. It's a good place to clear the mind. If you're a child like 10 years old and you know how to swing, it's a really nice luxury to kind of have in the backyard. Where is everybody? I could see this getting repetitive and lonely though. One thing we noticed here, and this could be why parents aren't allowing their kids at playgrounds, look at this. Somebody is writing an expletive on the slide. This is for kids age 2 to 5. They should not be reading that. Now it's blurred, but just know it says a very naughty word followed by another very naughty word. I'm gonna respect the rules of this one, so I'm not gonna go on because I don't wanna break it in case there are some kids that wanna go on it, but playgrounds, they're disappearing. It's sad to see. Oh, you weren't supposed to see this. This is embarrassing. I'm stuck. I'm like straight up stuck. Ugh.
All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, shout out to Free Cash for sponsoring this video. If you want to earn real money by doing simple tasks like playing games, testing apps, and even doing surveys, make sure to go ahead and click the link in the description or scan the QR code right here to get started. If you want to see more content, click here, click here. Otherwise, subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.